Good morning, everybody. This is Stephen Pugh of the Home Bible College. It's July the 10th today, and we're looking at Psalm 35, a prayer for help. It's a Psalm of David. Had a long discussion yesterday about whether every single part of the Bible is personally relevant to every Christian. Well, it's all for our blessing. It's all given for our learning, that we through patient continuous might have hope. However, it's not all written to us personally. Not all of the Bible is written to Christians. Certain parts of it are written to Israel. Certain parts of it are written to God's ancient people. And we need to have Christian discernment and understanding as to how the message of the Bible is applicable to us today. Now, may I say that Psalm 35, the passage that we're looking at just now, is not something that Christians can pray. It's a prayer for help in the midst of battle. It's a prayer for help. It's a Psalm of David. It's a prayer for help from David in the midst of all his troubles. But it isn't something that you can pray. If you're a Christian, don't pray this psalm. Let's read it together and you'll see. Verse 1. Plead my cause, O Lord, with them that strive with me. Fight against them that fight against me. Do you pray that? No. No, you don't. Nor me. Take hold of the shield and buckler and stand up for my help. Draw out also the spear and stop the way against them that persecute me. Say unto my soul, I am thy salvation. There we are, you see. We have another use of the word salvation. We need to understand that for David, salvation meant deliverance from his enemies, especially in a psalm like this. He said, let them be confounded and put to shame that seek after my life or my soul. Let them be turned back and brought to confusion that devise my hurt. Let them be like chaff before the wind, and let the angel of the Lord chase them. You know, when I'm in debate with somebody, and sometimes it's an acrimonious debate sometimes, I don't ask the Lord to send his angel to chase them away. I just do not. I don't ask the Lord to let them be like chaff and be blown away. I do not do that. Nor should you. Verse 6, let their way be dark and slippery, and let the angel of the Lord persecute them. For without cause have they hid from me their net in a pit, which without cause they have digged for my soul. Let destruction come upon him at unawares, and let his net that he hath hid catch himself, so that very destruction let him fall. Into that very destruction let him fall. Just trying to read this the right way around. And my soul shall be joyful in the Lord, and I shall rejoice in thy salvation. Now then, here we have David. He's in the midst of battle, and his enemies have got a vehement hatred for him. They are the wicked. They are the unrighteous. They are the murderous. And they want to kill him. David calls upon God to bring judgment upon them. Now, let me ask you, do you pray that? No, you don't pray that. Not me. He says, verse 11, all my bones shall say, who is like unto thee, which deliverest the poor from him that is too strong for him, yea, the poor and the needy from him that spoiled him. False witnesses did rise up. They laid to my charge things that I knew not. They rewarded me evil for good, to the spoiling of my soul. But as for me, when they were sick, my clothing was sackcloth. I humbled my soul with fasting, and my prayer returned into my own bosom. I behaved myself as though he had been my friend or brother. I bowed down heavily as one that mourned for his mother. But in my adversity they rejoiced and gathered themselves together. Yea, the abjects gathered themselves together against me, and I knew it not. They did tear me and ceased not. With hypocritical mockers in feasts they gnashed upon me with their teeth. Lord, how long wilt thou look on? Rescue my soul from their destructions, my darling from the lions. I will give thee thanks in the great congregation. I will praise thee among much people. Let not them that are mine enemies wrongfully rejoice over me, neither let them wink with the eye that hate me without a cause, for they speak not peace, but they devise deceitful matters against me that are quiet in the land. Yea, they opened their mouth wide against me and said, Aha, aha, our eye hath seen it. This thou hast seen, O Lord. Keep not silent. O Lord, be not far from me. Stir up thyself and awake to my judgment, even to my cause, my Lord and my God. Judge me, O Lord my God, according to thy righteousness, and let them not rejoice over me. Let them not say in their hearts, so would we have it. Let them not say, we have swallowed him up. Let them be ashamed and brought to confusion together that rejoice at my hurt. Let them be clothed with shame and dishonour that magnify themselves against me. Let them shout for joy and be glad that favour my righteous cause. Yea, let them say continually, let the Lord be magnified, which hath pleasure in the posterity of his servant. My tongue shall speak of thy righteousness and of thy praise all day long. So we've had it there. That's the complete psalm. Included in the psalm is that little phrase, to the chief musician. So this was a song made up by David, inspired of the Lord to do it. He sends it to the chief musician, who will put it to music. And it's a song calling upon the Lord to bring destruction and misery and judgment upon his enemies. No Christian prays this. No Christian ought to pray this. Let's look at Psalm 36. Psalm 36 is talking about the wickedness of man and the goodness of God. My password is found in the first 4 verses. Let me read them for you and I'll tell you why our poet chose them. He says, the transgression of the wicked saith within my heart that there is no fear of God before his eyes. For he flattereth himself in his own eyes, until his iniquity be found to be hateful. The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. He hath left off to be wise and to do good. He deviseth mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorreth not evil. Now let's just think about this for a minute. Often we focus upon what a righteous man is, but here David describes what a wicked man is. He says the transgression of the wicked, is when he says in his own heart that there is no fear of God before his eyes. You see, a wicked man is a man who does not fear the Lord. You see, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. It is the beginning of the correct application of human knowledge to his own life. David says he flatters himself in his own eyes. you know, we might flatter other people, but he flatters himself. This is self-deception. Until his iniquity is found to be hateful. What does that mean? It means he is so puffed up and so conceited and so insufferably prideful that he becomes an object of hatred to everyone that knows him. Everyone that knows him, they just hate his attitude, his pride, his insufferable conceit. He says the words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. He has left off to be wise and to do good. You see, this is a person who has slipped the reins of wisdom. He has ceased to have any common sense in his mind. He's foolish to the lowest degree. And as well as all that, he never does good anymore. You see, a righteous man is he that does that which is good in the eyes of the Lord. A wicked man is he that does evil in the eyes of the Lord. And verse 4, he devises mischief upon his bed. You see, this is a man who, even when he's lying in those moments before he drifts into dreams, or maybe even in his dreams, he's planning. He's planning mischief. He setteth himself in a way that is not good, and he abhorreth not evil. You see, not only does the wicked man devise evil plans in his mind, but he does not hate evil. He does not hate evil. What a terrible thing. What a terrible thing. And we must remember, when we're talking to a determined atheist, when we're talking to a man that has no fear of God before his eyes, we must remember this is not just an intellectual thing. If a man has no fear of God before his eyes, then he falls into the degradation of sin. He then becomes full of pride. He then ceases to do anything good. He then ceases to hate evil. That's a great fall. A great fall. Verse 5, thy mercy, O Lord, is in the heavens, and thy faithfulness reacheth unto the clouds. Thy righteousness is like the great mountains, thy judgments are a great deep. O Lord, thou preservest man and beast. How excellent is thy loving kindness, O God. Therefore the children of men put their trust under the shadow of thy wings. They shall be abundantly satisfied with the fatness of thy house, and thou shalt make them drink of the river of thy pleasures. For with thee is the fountain of life, and in thy light shall we see light. O continue thy loving kindness unto them that know thee, and thy righteousness, who? To the upright in heart. It's not talking about Christians. It's talking about the old covenant, and those in the old covenant that were righteous, that were upright in their heart. He says, continue your loving kindness to them that know you. Let not the foot of pride come against me, and let not the hand of the wicked move me. There are the workers of iniquity fallen. They are cast down and shall not be able to rise. This is what God does in the world outside of Christianity. This is what God does in the world. This is what God does in the old covenant. This is what God does in the covenant of Noah. God moves against the wicked. He causes them to fall. Okay? And when they are cast down, they will never be able to rise, and they perish, and the memory of them is forgotten by men, that is. No one ever knows. No one ever mourns. No one ever weeps at their grave. Why? No one ever weeps at their grave. That should say it all. Well, God bless you. Great to speak to you. These Psalms are amazing, aren't they? We need to understand them in their original context. We need to apply them correctly. We need to understand. We need to understand that much of what's said in the Old Covenant does not specifically apply, is not able to be personally taken as an application for today. So God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.